Alright, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? We are back into practice for the Formula GT Racing League round coming up here on the 1st, this upcoming Sunday. The two tracks we'll be going to are Texas Motor Speedway Road Course and Silverstone National Circuit. It's the shorter one. I'm not terribly familiar with how long it is in miles. It's a little over 2.5 kilometers, I believe, whereas the full Silverstone is well over 6, pushing 7. But that's not where we're at right now. We're over here on Texas Motor Speedway on the road course, trying to solidify some more times, getting a little more seat time, and getting a little more comfortable with the car. Alright, so we're looking at about a 15-minute race, either or, for the first two races. Yeah, first two races should be both 15 minutes. Let me double check that in our league calendar. Yeah, so both are 15 minutes. Same thing with the Silverstone National. So that's not going to be too much of a problem. Let's go ahead and get the dash pulled back up. Alright. So now instead of looking at pushing qualifying times, we're going to be looking more towards setting some kind of race pace. Gives us a little more comfort in the car, gives us a little more understanding of what we'll be doing. Some of the organizers, typically they'll read out how many laps or whatnot will be on the upcoming race. Give you a little fuel calculation on that, but I'd rather have it prepared ahead of time. So, I'm going to be doing this as is. I could hop into a custom race, just not have any AI, just because the AI in this game is not the greatest. But I'd rather just not deal with that. We're just gonna go from here. I can see how long my stream's been live for, so we'll just be going based off that. So let's go ahead and save our setup as is, and let's get this underway. I've got about 10 liters of fuel. Oh, look at that. Pit limiter didn't take. I've got about 10 liters of fuel. I got a little dashboard on the side that gives me a heads up on how many liters per lap. Once we get a few good laps in, we'll kind of go based off that, and we'll figure out where we need to be.
Your exit's clear, your brakes are cold, let's get some heat into them.
I also need to figure out where the exit is for pit lane. No, but we'll get this all figured out, get it sorted, and figure out our race pace, see what we can sustain, figure out where we're at, and try and be ready for Sunday as much as we can. So I'm only going to be doing a little bit of Texas tonight, or this afternoon. Really only planning on using it for figuring out fuel mileage. I've got plenty of time over here. I could use quite a bit more over on Silverstone, only because I haven't really done a whole lot of it. Now I realize, yes, this is a 6-speed and I'm only using 5 of them. I could use the shorter gearing. I don't think that I will, just because I think drafting is going to end up playing a part. I could be wrong, and if I am during the race, during the first race, or at least during qualifying, I see that people are using the short gearing and are getting some decent success out of it, then I'll go ahead and swap over to it. But for now, I'm comfortable with the longer gearing. I'm comfortable with how the car feels while I'm doing it. That was a pretty nice exit out of there. I think I'd like to see it a little bit closer to the apex and go a little wider going out. I feel like I'm going to end up losing a lot of time going through there, just because I'm not too terribly familiar with it. Hey Cooley, welcome to the chat. Thanks for dropping by. Could have been a lot better. I think I got a pretty decent exit out of there. We'll see when I get closer to turn 1.
You've just done a 130.74. Sector 3 time is fast. Sector 1 time's okay.
That would have been wonderful if I hadn't completely lost it and had to overcorrect.
Sector 2 is 0.2 off your best.
Ouch.
Your brake temperatures are looking good.
But I did get a much better exit coming out of that last hairpin, so I'm still going to end up being up on my time.
That lap was a 130.74. That's your quickest lap in this session. Sector 1 time is good.
That was terrible. Yeah, I'm gonna end up losing quite a bit of time off this.
That last lap was a 1:30.08. Sector 3 time is quick. Sector 1 is quick.
That was a slow exit on that last hairpin.
Sector 2 time is okay. That lap time was 1:29.80. That's your fastest lap today. Sector 1 is a 10th off your best.
Oh, there it goes. Okay, so we're looking at about 0.9 liters per lap. I sadly do not have a session time listed anywhere. But like I said, I do have the stream time. I know that it started roughly about 9 minutes and give or take about a minute and a half for that first out lap. Which all things consider, actually, yeah, no, give or take about 2 minutes for the first out lap, puts us at about 11. So that exit's going to give me a pretty bad entry into turn 1. No, that wasn't terrible. So, let's see here. About 20 minutes in, so been about 10 minutes. I put, 10 liters in. I could probably drop a liter. Yeah, no, we can probably drop a liter, drop it down to 9. I'll run a fuel calculator later. I know that my average is roughly about 0.9 liters per lap. Yeah. Now I'll run a fuel calculator later today, update my setup as needed. But I'm gonna go ahead and call it there for Texas Motor Speedway. I feel like I've got the track pretty decently. I was pushing it a little bit on those last couple laps. That's why I ended up losing it going into that first hairpin. I know better than to do that in the actual race. So, we're gonna go ahead. Oh man, I was way off. Yeah, no, Silverstone GP, the full fat circuit, is about just under 6 kilometers. Silverstone National is right up just over 2.5 kilometers. So, yeah. No, I'm very excited for this race. I feel like I'm going to do pretty decently. I am looking forward to when our next Monday season starts. So they do a season every Monday and every Sunday. Just kind of works out perfectly for my work schedule, considering I go in at 6 p.m. Central Standard. Whereas, because they're based over in Britain, it's about 6 p.m. for them, so that's right about noon our time. It's not terribly inconvenient for me. Oh wow! I've never actually turned too quickly out of my garage before. Oh man, this is gonna be a short track.
Your pit exit looks clear. Your brakes are cold. We need to get some heat into them.
But no, I'm excited for when they start up their Monday series again, because it's going to be the touring cars, so much like what they have over there, the BTCC, or the British Touring Car Championship. For those familiar, I think V8 Supercars America doesn't really have anything that's similar. Considering America is pretty much just open wheel and NASCAR. Other than those that are more in the know that follow the various other sports car championships, if I'm not mistaken, the BTCC is one of the long-distance feeder series of my personal favorite, the WEC, the World Endurance Championship, which I talk about way too much. Yeah, that was way too hard on the brakes. I did not do that. This is going to be a bit of a drag race straightaway here. I might be able to get away with using the short gearing here, because I don't think it's long enough for us to reach max speed. Yeah, let's go ahead and return to pit box real quick before I get too integrated into this, and we're gonna go ahead and bump that to the 4.2 whatever. Shoot. Okay. One sec. Bump that back down. Save to a new slot. We're gonna save to all tracks, new track. We're gonna name it regular. Cool, now we're gonna head back over, bump it back up, done, save to new slot, all tracks, and short track. So obviously having the shorter gearing is gonna not give us as much top speed, but what it will give us is a lot more pull out of the corners. Oh, oops. Don't text and drive, kids.
Pit exit's clear. Okay, Jay, you need to watch the track limits. Sector 1 is 2/10 off your best. Your brake temperatures are fine. Sector 2 time is good. Your right side tyres are cold. Just done a 105.14. Good lap. That's your quickest today. This lap will be invalidated. Watch the track limits.
Man, this is a really short track. Sector 2 time is quick. That was a 104.50. Sector 3 time's okay. Sector 2 is 0.36, off your best. That was a 104.84, sector 3 times okay.
Sector 1 time is good. Your tyre temps are all fine. That lap was a 104.19. Sector 3 is a tenth off your best. Sector 1 is quick. You're 2/10 off your best in Sector 2. Your right tyres are cold. That lap time was 104.40. Sector 3 is a tenth off your best. Sector 1 time's okay. Sector 2 is a tenth off your best.
And yet that Sector 3 was
Your lap
fast
time was
as hell.
103.81. Sector 3 time is fast. Sector 1 is quick. Okay, Jay, we need to watch
Finally
these
found a
track
limit on
limits.
that one.
Sector 1 is a tenth off your pace.
Alright, so let's hop back in here real quick. I actually feel like I can move the brake balance back a couple points here.
Your exit is clear. Your brakes are cold, be careful.
It's gonna take me a couple of laps to get the brakes and tires up the town.
This lap won't count, you've cut the track.
When? What?
Your last lap time was a 104.27. That puts you 0.46 off your best. Sector 1 is 0.8, slower than your best.
Ouch. That's okay. I'm actually quite happy with my race pace here. Obviously, some mistakes aside, I feel like the setup is pretty comfortable, and I'm fairly happy with the fuel as well. The track being as short as it is, also not as much of an issue as I thought it would be. It's pretty simple, actually.
You've just done a 106.00. Sector 3 is 0.8 off your best.
Now you notice that what he's saying is slightly I say slightly. The timings are off. From
Sector 1 is 0.27 off your best.
It's because the crew chief application.
Watch the track limits, please, Jay.
It's because the crew chief application saves my actual information from previous sessions and such. Alrighty, well, I'm gonna go ahead and call it there. Thank you for tuning in. Those of you that have. I probably will not be streaming again until I reach. Until we reach Sunday. So make sure to follow, subscribe. Go ahead, like the stream, like the VOD if you're watching the VOD, and I will see you next time.